You will never achieve true confidence as an athlete if you're plagued by self-doubt. It's the spanner in the works, the one bad apple that can spoil the whole bunch. If you're new here, I'm Sam, a mental performance coach to pro athletes all around the world. And today we're jumping straight into 8 easy ways that you can get rid of self-doubt so that you can perform your best every time it matters most. So let's get started. Look, from my experience, most athletes doubt themselves because they're trying to run before they've learned to walk. They've set goals or expectations that are just way beyond their current level, expecting to dominate every game, nail every play, or perform like that 1 in a million talent overnight. The reality is, unless you are that once in a generation athlete, it's not going to happen. Confidence comes from gradually exposing yourself to harder situations, tougher training, and higher level game scenarios, step by step. For example, a young footballer might want to start scoring every game at senior level, but they first need to master the patterns, the movements, and decision making at a slightly lower level. Each small win builds the proof that they can handle the next challenge. So scale back your ambition ever so slightly. Just focus on gradual progress and watch self-doubt fade as your competence grows. Right, next up, one of the biggest drivers of self-doubt for athletes isn't actually your skill or fitness, it's what you think others think of you. You doubt yourself because you assume that everyone is judging you, that every mistake will be noticed, criticized, and remembered. You want to live up to expectations, not let anyone down, and that pressure can become crushing. This is where the spotlight effect comes in. The belief that everyone is paying far more attention to your errors than they really are. You miss a shot, give the ball away, or make a bad decision, and your mind screams, everyone saw that, everyone's judging me. But the reality is, nobody cares as much as you do. Coaches move on to the next play. Teammates are focused on their own mistakes, and fans forget by the next day. The only person stuck replaying that mistake is you. When you realize this, the pressure fades, and so too does a huge portion of your self-doubt. Another one of the sneakiest ways that self-doubt creeps in is through what this spotlight effect often impacts, specifically how we talk to ourselves. When you use first-person language, so saying things like, I'm nervous, I'm choking, or I can't do this, the emotion often gets fused with your identity. It becomes overwhelming because it feels like you're failing as a person, not just making a mistake or experiencing nerves. So that is often what shackles you with a big slab of self-doubt. But the solution to this is Iliism, also known as third-person self-talk. So instead of saying, I'm nervous, try saying, Sam is nervous, but Sam knows how to handle this. That small shift creates psychological distance. It lets you zoom out, see the situation more objectively, and coach yourself like you would a teammate. Your emotions don't feel like they define you anymore. You lower intensity, reduce rumination, and regain control of your next action. Suddenly, self-doubt loses the grip it has over you because you're not actually caught up in yourself as much. You're looking at yourself more externally and from a higher vantage point. And this in turn allows you to respond with clarity instead of pressure. Next up, I have to say that a lot of self-doubt comes from a deeper sense of incongruence, which is basically a state whereby you're lacking alignment. Because you say you want to be a pro athlete or a champion, whatever your big ambition is, but your daily habits don't line up with that vision. You're staying up late, you're skipping recovery, neglecting nutrition, or just not training deliberately. So deep down, your mind knows it. It knows that you're just BSing yourself, and that mismatch creates an unease and sense of doubt. So the key to overcoming this is achieving a sense of congruence, aligning your daily actions with the athlete that you want to become. To do this, simply identify 3 to 5 core habits that if you did them consistently every day, not for weeks, not for months, but for years, will move you steadily towards your long-term goals. You might not know exactly when you'll reach your breakthrough, but honestly, that's okay. What matters far more is just showing up and doing the work every day. That consistent alignment is what builds conviction, reduces doubt, and gives you that confidence that achieving your dreams isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Right, next up, self-doubt is also largely driven by a sense of uncertainty. The more unpredictable a situation feels, the more your mind fills the gaps with fear. Am I ready? Can I handle this? So really, when it comes down to it, the best way to stop that spiral is pretty simple: preparation. Preparation gives you predictability and control. It ensures that when challenges come, nothing feels unexpected. Let's say you're an athlete who struggles against a certain type of opponent. Maybe someone faster, stronger, or more physical than you. The best way to handle that isn't to avoid it, but to train for it. Put yourself in those same uncomfortable situations in practice over and over until they no longer surprise you. Form a plan of how to counter this and think of solutions to overcome such difficulties. If you have a plan, you're going to doubt yourself far less because you're not going into a performance clueless or just hoping and praying that you don't get beat. Even very small details matter in preparation. Knowing the track layout, checking your equipment, or planning for travel delays. The more thorough your preparation, the more confident you will feel. And yes, of course, you can't control everything that happens, but you can control how ready you are. Okay, so another huge cause of self-doubt that I see all the time among athletes is them forgetting about proof of their ability. Athletes almost by default remember their failures, but rarely pause to recall everything that they've already achieved. So before any big game, race, or event, remind yourself of your evidence base. Think back to moments that you have delivered under pressure. The clutch performance, the flawless training session, the breakthrough day where everything clicked into place. Replay those memories vividly. Feel the sensations again, the confidence, the rhythm, the control. Then back it up with data. Look at your training logs, your times, your stats. See the progress that you've made. That is hard proof that your mind cannot argue with. When doubt creeps in, it's usually emotion trying to override logic. Your evidence base brings you back to reality. You've done the work, you've succeeded before, and you're prepared to do it again. Quite simply, facts destroy fear. Moving on, aside from forgetting what we've already achieved as athletes, something that allows self-doubt to take hold is focusing on the achievements of others. And specifically, this refers to the issue of comparing yourself emotionally to others. You see an athlete your age winning titles, signing contracts, or posting highlights on social media. And instantly that wave of envy, panic, and I'll never get there kicks in. That's emotional comparison, and it's absolute poison to confidence. So instead, compare logically. Step back and ask, why is this person ahead of me? What are they doing better? What can I learn from them? And where do I actually have an edge? This transforms comparison from a threat into a teacher. You're no longer attacking yourself. You're just analyzing the gap and identifying the next steps to close it. When you compare with logic, you move from jealousy to curiosity. You realize that you're not behind, you're just on a different stage of the same path. And when your focus turns to progress, self-doubt loses its grip and confidence takes its place. Okay, so the final way to destroy self-doubt is simple. Keep taking shots, because the more experience you gain, the less room doubt has to grow. That's often why you'll hear commentators say, he's been here before, or she knows what to expect on the big stage. That calm only comes from repetition. Every time you put yourself in tough situations where you might choke, make mistakes, or fall short, you're building resilience. The all-time greats have failed more times than most athletes have even tried. But those failures are what made them fearless. You learn that the setbacks hurt, sure, but they don't destroy you. You move on stronger than before. So keep showing up, keep swinging, keep shooting, because motion kills doubt, whereas stagnation will continue to feed it.